Hey Taz, what's up, friend? Sorry I missed your live earlier. I saw it a little bit too late. What's up, guys? Hold on 1 second. I have to reset this. There we go. Hold, please. Hold on. That's strange. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Tap the screen. Help out with the live goal. Appreciate you guys. Oh, you already not guys already knocked it out. Look at you. Welcome to our friends over on the Tube and on Twitch also. Gotta watch out for those alligator lizards, you know. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If you voted for Donald Trump, invite you guys to voted for Donald Trump. Invite you guys to hop in the box. Looks like we might have a guest here. We're going to bring them up in just a moment. Is Trevor gonna? Is Trevor gonna load? Trevor. No, I guess not. Trevor, if you're a Trump supporter, you're welcome to request. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, we'd like you to hop in the box over here on TikTok. If you're over on the tube, you can give us a ring. Give a ring on the Google Voice line. It is real simple to do that. So either way, just give a ring on the Google Voice, and yeah, you can have a conversation, or you can request that up. Either way, we'd like to talk to you. Certainly a lot going on today with all of the Supreme Court cases and everything like that. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, but is what it is. Donald Trump still on the hook for the Adrian Carroll case. That is for sure. Hello, Twister Raid. Welcome in, Twister Raiders. Glad you guys are here. That is not going to change. He must be mad. I wonder if there were a couple of ketchup bottles that were thrown at the wall of the White House today. After that ruling, holy cow! You know that he really wanted that shit taken up by the Supreme Court, and they told him to fuck right off. You wonder if he'll shut his mouth now? He absolutely will not. He hasn't learned his lesson about a goddamn thing. That guy. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Just looking for Trump supporters at the moment.
I am down, Pakistan.
Trump supporters at the moment. Okay. No, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, yes, there's Nemo again. Hello, Nemo.
Hello.
We got someone else in the box. Who we got here? He did give her another case for defamation, which is wild. I know. Okay, guess not. Daniel didn't load. Tony in the chat says RFK Jr. in 2028. That's funny. You're cute, Tony. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. Hey, we got a phone call. Let's see what we got here. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state are you in?
New Jersey, 21.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
I support Trump because he's not a woman.
You support Donald Trump because he's not a woman?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I don't think women should be president. That's why I support Trump.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah. Cool. Anyways, good luck ever getting laid,
Yeah.
kid. Anyways, I mean, that sucks for you. I mean, I honestly, like, best of luck getting laid as you get older. It must be tough being an incel, though. Is it difficult?
A little bit. I mean, you have your high libido moments here and there, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you
but
got your fleshlight, right? Like, do you have a fleshlight?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, there you go. Good for you.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro.
That wasn't real.
Top minds.
Top minds. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? doing great. We're doing great, chat. We're doing great. This is great. I don't know what that was. Nemo, I signed you up with popcorn earlier. You ran him off. You ran him off of Michael's live. That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, wait. We get another. Hold on. We got it. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did not vote for Trump, but that's just because I didn't vote. If I would have voted, I would have voted for Trump, if that counts.
Okay. So you still support Donald Trump is what you're saying?
I'm just being honest here. Like, I'm not trolling or nothing, fellas. Maybe y'all can give me some insight. Like, I don't know if I support Trump at this point.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Can you maybe just tell us how old you are and what state you're in, please?
All right, so I'm 35, and I'm in Virginia right now.
Okay. That's fine. So you say you don't know if you...
I'm from Jersey.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
That matters. All right.
No, it's totally fine. So you live in Virginia now, right?
Yeah, I live in Virginia currently.
That's okay. It's good. It's just good to know where somebody lives, for context and
Yeah,
local
I don't
laws
mind
and different.
saying,
That's all. Yeah. So you say you don't know if you support Donald Trump. I mean, with everything that's going on right now, do you like what's happening in America at this moment in time?
It's a loaded, tough question to answer because it's like, what are we specifically talking about? Like, yes and no. As a whole, I would say not really. I'm not happy with things that are going, but I think it's just I have my own perspective on things. Like, I grew up like I'm just a regular American.
Can I?
Dude,
How about?
I mean?
Can I make this instead of? Let's not make this complicated. I want to make this simple for you. Let's try this. Why don't you tell me what it? Let's assume that there's a bunch of things because you just said there's a lot of things you don't like. Can you tell me anything right now that's happening that you're in favor of or that you like? Let's try that.
That I'm in favor of or that I like.
Yeah, maybe something like you're like, hey, Donald Trump did this and I like it or I'm in favor
so
of it.
It's tough for me to answer just because like I don't fully understand what's going on behind the scenes and why he does the things that he does. It's like sometimes he'll do something or make a move or say something that's completely outlandish from like a perspective of not really understanding what's going on. And then sometimes I'll look into things and kind of like for instance, I would have voted for Trump not because it's like, oh, I think Trump would be the best president we've ever had or you know what I mean? It's more so I didn't like Biden.
Right.
And then like now I'm not trying to agree with the guy who said he doesn't want a woman president, but the Kamala just didn't really.
Hang on. We're not. We're right now. We're getting a little bit into the weeds, and I understand what we don't want to do is no. You're okay. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help pinpoint a few things, right? So we don't want to go back and relitigate the 2024 election because that was a year and a half ago, right? So there's no point in that. So right at this point in time, because that's done and gone and buried. So let's focus on the now. Whatever the reason behind it is, whatever you don't know, I'm not asking for you to know everything about a particular subject or know the why behind it or anything like that. I'm just simply asking, are there decisions that the Trump administration and Republicans are making right now that you are giving the thumbs up to, that you're like, yes, that's a thing that I like? Or are you sitting there going, I can't really think of anything that they're doing that I like? That's my question for you.
It's just more so like there's things that every president says they're going to do things when they come in, and then like what do they actually do, and what I just don't fully understand what's going on. The main thing I'm like, I would say, I guess like it's just there's things I don't like right now. I would say that. There's not many things I could say I do like, but that would kind of pertain to every president we've had. There's not really many things that I feel like I really like that I could say they've done that I'm like, oh yeah, like, maybe it's just me looking at the glass half empty instead of half full. Maybe it's just my perspective on that. But like we're talking based on America, I'm not sure. My main thing to go not really leaning on Trump's side right now would be the whole Israel Iran thing right now.
I mean, it's kind of a big deal, don't you think?
Yeah, no, it's a huge deal. It's
Yeah.
just I didn't like, for me personally, I didn't really understand the depth of like what started it, or like why, or it was Israel and Palestine fighting, or Israel Iran, or basically borderline every Middle East country versus Israel. What it seems like. But then I'm just kind of seeing like, about, for instance, I was watching y'all on YouTube Live, and there's two channels I follow on there from like the Palestine, from like they're it's like the whole town is demolished. It looks like they've been bombed. The buildings are completed, and they're like bombing and killing innocent people and kids, and you know what I mean. But it's more so Israel to me. But like, I just don't understand how we're supporting Israel here. Like, I'm just kind of confused on that. Unless it's like a deeper, not trying to get into like conspiracy things, but unless I guess Israel is like running our country, I just don't understand that whole situation right there, and that's kind of been leaning me away because I don't understand what we're doing in Iran unless we're just going there to take oil.
Well, I mean,
That's
as far
kind of
as
my
Iran is concerned, I mean, so you touched on a few things there, right? So as far as why the U.S. is allied with Israel, there's a lot of history there. We should not be to
Yeah, and
like
I understand.
keep it very
I
simple.
wasn't.
We
I'm
we,
not
we
trying to
should
cut
not
you off.
be. But go ahead.
Oh no, I'm not trying to cut you off. Like, I wasn't trying to like get into the historical element of like why I feel like we should or shouldn't be aligned. I'm just saying, like, right now, like, I don't understand how anybody could really side with what they're doing or why they're doing it, and you know what I mean. And it's just,
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
I
That's
mean,
just
like
kind of making me lean
the
away from Trump.
answer, the answer is there's going to be like historical reasons for why people are still on or like in support of Israel. I do think that it's becoming harder and harder every day to have that stance without any kind of pushback. Thankfully, but yeah, there's a long history with the U.S. and Israel and that whole thing. Um, and yeah, I mean, to your point about Israel's influence on American government, yeah, there are reasons for that. So you've got you can talk about like the national security side of things, like spies and shit. They got dirt on us, so on.
Yeah.
Also, just the money aspect. So Israel has an outsized influence because they have something that most other countries don't, which is a super PAC that is legal in the country, APAC, right? And so they're able to influence politics through that. As far as Iran is concerned, there's also, there's a history there as to why the U.S. and Iran don't get along. And it's definitely, it's America's fault. Like, I'm not a fan of the Iranian government at all. I don't like theocracies. I don't like, governing by religion of any kind. And obviously,
I think I'm with you on that.
they're like really backwards whenever it comes to, basic human rights. But as far as why they hate the U.S., we basically made them do that because we meddled in their government back in the 50s. So it was the UK, the US, we fucked with their government and installed a leader that was, basically a puppet, and he was a major dickhead. And yeah, fast forward a couple decades and they overthrew him.
And I
And
believe
every
if I'm
time
not
that
correct, I think
Iran,
I'm sorry. I
No,
think I
you're
was
good. Go ahead.
reading something about what you're talking about right now. If I'm not mistaken, the person that got overthrown, his son, I believe, lives in D.C. right now. If I'm not correct, right? Or if I'm
Uh, I
like the
you
Prince
might be
of, I
thinking of the
think there's like
Shah. You might be thinking of the Shah.
the Shah.
So
Okay, maybe I'm thinking
yeah,
of the
so
Shah. I'm sorry.
the Shah is the puppet that we installed. So I think his son is in DC. I think, um, but the guy that was overthrown, his name was Mossadegh, and that was in 1953. I don't know if he has a son or where they are. I mean, they might be in America. Shit, I don't know. But I do know that the Shah, like his son, was like obviously exiled from Iran and is somewhere in the West. But as far as how we can navigate that, you know, presidents up to this point, whether it's, you know, Republican, neocon, whatever, or Democrats. So, you know, George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, not a fan of any of them, but you know, those are neocon Republicans, and typically neocons are all for going to war. They love war. Um, but even they understood, yeah, going to war with Iran is a terrible idea. Well, we're not going to win any hearts and minds by doing that. Um, and same thing was true with the Democrats. And as far as trying to, I guess, fix the problem that we literally created with Iran, doing it by force, doing it by the barrel of a gun, it's not the way to do it. You know, I know that people, MAGA people, will go on and on about the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal that Obama negotiated. They will go on and on about it and say, oh well, it wasn't tough enough, and oh well, Iran wasn't following it. They'll say all the different criticisms of it, and I mean, you can tackle each one of those criticisms, and for the most part, they don't really have too much that they can stand on as far as actual criticisms. Um, what that deal was, I mean, that's about as good as you could have got in that situation, because Iran didn't trust America, rightfully so, and yeah, like you're gonna have to give, you're gonna have to like give in that negotiation. You're gonna have to give a good bit, and so that's what it was. And I mean, compared to what we're talking about now, I mean, damn, we're
So like,
we're getting screwed in this new one.
if y'all don't mind me talking from like the perspective of like just a norm, I'm a regular American, bro. I don't follow politics. I'm not like a heavy Republican or a Democrat. I'm kind of in the middle of just a regular person that doesn't fully understand what's going on. But from my perspective, it's like I don't know Trump from any political standpoint or even like a business standpoint. I grew up watching him on wrestling, and you know what I mean. And like,
Yeah,
it's just tough for me because I voted for Trump just because like I feel like it's a regular American he's relatable to in some ways when he was running. Like it's just like, all right, this guy just kind of speaks what he wants to say, and then like you got the whole like the cancel movement, or you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying I'm against gay people or the LGBTQ community or anything like that, but at the same time, it's just getting crazy to me. Where like you know what I mean? I feel like they're trying to force that down people's throats basically, and it's just like, you know, I again, I believe everybody has the right to do what they want to do, believe what they want to believe, say what they want to say, but like, you can't force delusion on me. Like, I'm not going to sit here.
How exactly are people trying to force that down your throats?
All right, so the way I feel about that is like, again, I'm not trying to make it about that subject, but just like, for instance, like, if there's a guy who throws a wig on, and he's like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna come in front of my face and like, if you
just said that they're trying
woman,
to force it down your throats. Somebody who wants to put a wig on, that's not forcing it down your throat.
So how I feel they're doing that is like you're trying to
that's not what that is, man. You're just
you're not
that's
letting me talk.
why no. I heard what you said. I'm just telling you that's not what that is. You just said they're forcing it down your throat. That's not forcing it down your throat.
Yeah, I do feel that way, kind of.
I don't care if you feel that way. That's not what forcing it down your throat is.
All right, well, the reason why I feel that way, and that's kind of how I see it, is because, like, you're trying to incorporate men into women's sports who are identifying as women,
Really?
but they're
You're
not.
trying to
That's not fair.
incorporate. How many men were in women's sports that we were concerned about?
So there was that trans or the woman that won the boxing in the Olympics.
That was false. That wasn't true.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
They actually went back
Nope,
on that.
that's
and
actually false.
They reruled it.
Nope, they didn't.
They did disqualify her.
No, they didn't.
Him. I don't.
No, it was a
No,
woman.
They didn't.
They didn't. You're just lying.
Then
That's
I just
fine.
feel like if you
So
like,
hold
if
on,
you
bud.
wanted
I'm going to help you
identify
out.
as a
I'm going to
woman,
help you
right?
out here. Allow me to help you out here. What you're talking about is you're talking about the NCAA. Do you know how many athletes there are in the NCAA? Do you know how many athletes
Trans
there are?
athletes.
A lot.
No, total. Do you know how many athletes there are in the? No, we're gonna get there too. I mean, either way.
My bad.
No. Anyway, either way.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either total, there's 500,000. There's 500,000 athletes in
A lot,
in the
yeah,
NCAA.
yeah.
Cool. How many trans people are competing in the NCAA?
I mean, I wouldn't know that, but I'm not sitting here
The
trying
answer
to make
is
it seem like
the
half
answer
this.
is 9. The answer is 9. So you're saying they're forcing it down our throats when it's 9 people out of 500,000. Bud, come on now. You couldn't name one to save your life.
All right, so the reason that's a big deal, though, is
It's
because,
not.
for instance,
No, see what you're doing
if
right now.
LeBron
No,
James-
bud. What you're doing.
No.
I'm
What
not.
if LeBron James
I'm going to help
were
you out here.
identify as a
Allow me
woman
to
and
help
go
you
to
out.
WWE?
Allow
That
me.
one person.
He couldn't.
That one
He couldn't.
person.
He couldn't. Do you know why? Because if he was
What if
going
he
to do that,
transitioned?
cool. If he transitioned, do you know what he'd have to do?
I don't know the intent. Like,
There
what
you go.
that
You
would
don't know.
entail.
See, here's what you're doing here. You're making assumptions and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But
he
I
would
do
have to
know
allow
whatever
me to.
it is,
If you would stop talking and
he's
let me.
still a
If
grown
you would stop
6'8"
fucking
man.
talking and let me explain it to you, you might learn something because what you just said is so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable.
How is it stupid?
Because if you would understand the fact that LeBron James can't just go, I'm a woman, and start playing in the WNBA, what he would have to do is he would have to transition over a number of years, and he would have to start taking HRT. What's HRT? What's HRT? Since you know so much about this and you're so concerned about it, you obviously.
I never said I did.
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, what you've done now is you've gotten concerned and worked up about something that you don't know how many trans athletes there are. You don't know fuck all about the science behind it, and you couldn't name
it
one to
takes
save
is
your
one.
life. Seems like a real big issue for you, huh?
All it takes is one, brother.
No, it actually doesn't only take one. And what you're
So-
doing right
so
now,
let's
and
take-
what you're
all right,
doing right
so-
now is
no, no,
just
no,
being
no, brother.
purposefully ignorant
Give
because
me
what
a
you're
fair-
not
give me a
doing is
fair-
I'm
one
literally
fair
trying to
explanation
explain this to you and you won't listen.
You did.
You just want to
And you
dug
won't
your
let me respond.
What is
You overtalk
HRT?
me.
You won't answer the question. What is HRT?
So
What is
I don't know,
HRT?
but I'm
Cool.
assuming.
Now I'm going to
I'm
tell you
assuming.
what it is. Now I'm going to tell you what
Doesn't
it is.
matter.
HRT. Oh, it doesn't matter? Well, HRT is hormone replacement therapy. How long do you
Exactly
need to
what
be
I was
on?
kind of going to go with.
Awesome. Hormone replacement therapy. Do you know what it does?
I'm assuming it lowers testosterone and somehow messes with estrogen or something. But are you going to let me respond?
Why
That's all
would
I
I
wanna
let
know.
you
I'll let you have
respond?
the
You
floor.
don't know fuck all about this. Why would I
You
let
won't
you
listen to
talk
me.
about a
You cut
subject
me
that
off
you don't know
instantly.
fuck all about? No, I'm not going to let
So
you
we're-
talk about
all right,
something
let
you
me-
don't know
let me
anything
just say
about.
this.
I'm not
Let
going
me
to
say
let you
this.
just
This-
say fucking anything.
God.
I'm not going to let you
Little girl.
fucking just say anything because you don't know fucking anything about it. So don't spread
Oh, I know
misinformation.
what I'm about to say is you can't.
I'm not going to let you spread misinformation about trans people on our platform. We're not going to do that. If you wanted to actually learn about it, then you could have sat here and you could have just learned about it. And now you can sit there and listen quietly. HRT is going to make sure that you're going to lose muscle mass and bone density. You can't just sit there and go, I'm a woman and I'm going to play in women's sports. That's not how it works. And the fact that you say that just shows everybody listening, all 800-ish people that are listening right now, what a fucking idiot you are. Because you haven't looked into this at all. You haven't researched it at all. You haven't done fuck all to actually learn about it. And so, yeah, I do believe you when you say that you're just some American who hasn't researched any of this. Which is really fucking sad because a 10-second Google search would have told you that that's not how it works. LeBron James can't just go, I'm a woman, I'm going to play in the WNBA next year.
Yep.
But no, I'm not just going to let you just say something just so that you can shit on trans people. No, fuck you. They get shit on enough. They don't need another person shitting on them. Like, genuinely, dude. And if that's your reason why, you're never going to change your mind because you won't even listen. Hi, thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
58.
And what state did you vote in?
Arizona.
Okay, can I put you on a brief hold and we'll get right back to you?
Sure.
Thank you. Real quick, thank you to Wesley over on the tube. It says, hi, Matt and Nemo. Reminder, chat, buy your Mad Matt shirts and mugs. Half the proceeds go to the Victory Fund in memory of Charlie Kirk. It's a great cause and a better troll. Much love, as always. Thank you, Wesley. Always very kind. That's right. You have tomorrow is going to be our last day to get a T-shirt or a mug or a tank top. Half the proceeds go to the Victory Fund. Very exciting stuff. Otherwise, though, if you would, Nemo has links in his bio. I have links in my bio if you'd like to offer just straight up additional support, or if you'd like to go to the Victory Fund and just support them outright as we wind down Pride Month. Please feel free. Also, noticing, let's get Nemo's coins up over there. That's definitely a thing that needs to happen. Hey, Erika. Hey, friend. And if we can knock out that the rest of that gift goal, that would also be helpful. I appreciate you guys doing all of those good things, as our friend Erika Shante would say. Do all the good things. Okay? Nemo, do you have anything before we can move on to the next call?
Yes. Tammy's from earlier. Thank you for the Venmo. And Gramingo also. Thank you for the Venmo.
Thank you, guys. Caller, thank you for holding. You said you're in your 50s and you're in Arizona. Is that correct?
58 years old in Arizona. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Can you tell us, why do you still support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
Why do I support him?
Why do you still support him?
He's got the rest of the world scared shitless because they know the USA is coming. They're not going to poke and push us anymore. The Straits of Hormuz and shit. Isn't that getting straightened out pretty cool?
Oh, yeah, it's getting straightened out. Hey, Nemo, is the Strait of Hormuz open right now?
Yes, it is.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is, because our military...
Oh, it is?
Oh, it is? Really? That's weird.
Your boss.
It's weird because the Strait of Hormuz actually is currently closed, and Iran and the United States have traded fire there.
Well, no. Now you're taking a cheap shot. You see, we got this little thing. We're just going to hold off and be cool for a couple of days, right?
Oh.
Right? So what you're saying is a falsehood.
So is the Strait of Hormuz open or closed right now? Just wanted to double check what I asked you originally.
It's whatever we want it to be.
It's whatever we want it to be? So are we in control of the Strait of Hormuz?
You bet your ass.
That's weird, because what's been going on for the last 4 months then? Why haven't ships been passing through it?
Because it takes time to get your military set to send them in to fuck up the Iranians, dude.
I
That's
thought
like
that
4 months.
Wow,
to get the American military set, like
dude, we suck at this,
right? Like, I mean, I know it does take time to get like a force over there, but the one big thing about the U.S.
You're
okay,
so
cool.
naive.
So like the big thing about the U.S. military that makes us so damn formidable is our ability to project power. We can put a strike group pretty much anywhere on the planet within 24 hours. And we have, I think, 3 2 or 3 strike groups in that region right now. So as far as like the forces to go fuck them up, I mean, yeah, we got multiple aircraft carriers packed to the gills with F-35s and F-18s. I mean, shit, like the fuck up ability is there.
I got a question. We got the F-18, the F-22, the F-35. We got all this shit. Tomahawks, cruise missiles. Who's going to tell us no?
Well, the F-22 actually doesn't fit on aircraft carriers.
Yeah, and
that's fine.
And the answer is who's going to tell us no? And the answer to answer your question, sir. And to answer, I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question right now, sir. The Iranians did, and do you know who told us that they told us no? Donald Trump did, because Donald Trump stood up at the G7 and he literally admitted to the entire world that we had to end this because we were 4 weeks away from running out of oil. Because we were 4 weeks away from running out of oil, we had to end this war because the Iran.
Would you like to know why?
Sir, I didn't say it. The President of the United States said it. So if you have an issue with what I just said, sir, if you have an issue with what I just said, then sir, if that
don't give away your secrets, man.
Sir, allow me to help you out with something. If the president, sir, yes, if the president of the United States is protecting us by telling the country that we were 4 weeks from running out of oil, that's incredibly fucked up, because that's something that would cause a severe economic panic. So if you're telling me that you're telling me, so great, so good. So then if we agree on that, then you should understand, as a 58-year-old man who presumably has something of a brain in his head, that the President of the United States would never in a million fucking years admit that we were a month away from running out of oil voluntarily.
He was fucking playing rope-a-dope, dude.
What the fuck does that even mean, bro? You're really... Have you been drinking tonight?
George Foreman
have you been
have
you been drinking tonight? I know. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
Out.
How many drinks have you had tonight?
And kick his ass. He's rope-a-doping the fucking camel jockeys, dude.
Number one, we're not ever going to call them camel jockeys again, because that's offensive as fuck. And if you do that again, I'm just going to hang up on you. So that's number one. And number two is, you literally just agreed with me. Then it would be an economic panic if we ran out of oil in 4 weeks. Why would the President of the United States say that publicly at an international forum in front of live television cameras?
Now it's my turn.
I'm asking you a question, and I want an answer to that. Why would he say that?
Turn.
No, sir, I want an answer to my question.
It's my turn.
I know it's your turn. I want an answer to my question now.
Okay, go ahead.
I asked you the question 3 times. Did you not hear me?
Just try it again, and I'm going to smash it. Go ahead.
Why would the president admit to the entire world that we were 4 weeks from running out of oil when you and I and Nemo and everyone else here agrees that that would be an economic panic?
Okay. Do you play poker?
I want an answer to my question, sir.
I'm asking you a question. Do you play poker?
Yes, I've played poker before.
Well, you must not be very good, because what he just did was a bluff.
That's not a bluff. That's not how a bluff works, you fucking moron.
No.
You must not be a good poker player, because I know how to bluff. And if you're going to bluff, you would bluff before you make a fucking deal. Before the hand is over, you fucking moron. The hand was already done. You are so bad at poker. I want to play poker with you. I will fucking fleece you, you fucking rube. The deal was already done. The cards were already on the table. The cards were already on the table. You fucking idiot. The cards were
broke in 3 hands.
Dude, Would you?
Now,
Can I
let
ask
me-
you? I want to
let
ask
me
you. No,
explain.
shut the fuck up, dude. Would you
Oh,
bluff?
fuck you, you little fucking faggot cock
There
eater.
you go. There it is. That's the slur. This guy literally just said that he would bluff, that the president was bluffing after we showed our cards, after the deal was done. Holy fucking shit. By the way, we love the TikTok shop. Have I mentioned how much we love the TikTok shop? We love A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. We absolutely fucking love this book, don't we? So much.
Awesome.
Such a great book. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
This is my first time calling.
Hi, yes. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh, yes. I actually did vote for Donald Trump, regrettably. This is my first time voting, unfortunately.
How old
severe
are you?
PTA from that. I am 32.
Okay. So you regret your vote?
Oh, yes, tremendously. It's probably one of the worst things I've ever done.
Okay. Just, out of curiosity, what made you regret your vote?
Wait, what made me my regret? Okay, so, for example, the big beautiful deal or the big beautiful bill that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have paid maybe a couple dollars a month for insurance, just a copay, $1 here, $1 there. I am now, since May, I have now been paying for dental, vision, and health $1,300 a month. I get a tax credit, like $500, so I'm paying like $750. Next year, right, starting 2027, they want to bring it up to $1,500 a month. And it's not. And even I spoke to somebody at the insurance company, and they said, "Listen, it's not that you're not eligible. We just don't have the money to pay for you." So, because of the big beautiful bill, everything's just been turned upside down, topsy turvy, right on its head. And people just don't seem to understand what it takes to run a country, to live life of quality, and to have peace of mind. It doesn't just take one thing, one simple moving part, and that's all. It is a million moving pieces to run a country, and it has to work together to get to where it's going. You know what I mean? If a car's 4 tires all moved independently, we wouldn't make it anywhere. All 4 tires need to be going in the same direction for us to get from point A to point B. And right now, we are just spinning out of control as a country. We don't know what the hell we're doing, what we're fighting for, why we're fighting for it. We have been so occupied by foreign, how should I put this? By foreign influence, money, and resources that it has blinded us to loving thy neighbor as you would yourself. I live in New York, for example. You get stabbed and spit on and set on fire for saying good morning. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
So it's...
Where do you live in New York?
Okay. I live in Queens, sir.
Awesome. I live in Brooklyn.
Oh, so we're neighbors.
Well, I lived in Brooklyn. I live in Boston now, but
Okay.
I said hello to people all the time.
Hello.
To black people, to Hasidic Jews, to Latino people, to white people. I don't understand. What do you mean? That's just not true. New Yorkers are very friendly. Despite the bullshit tropes. Come on, dude, get the fuck out of here.
I'm born and raised here. It has nothing to do with New Yorkers. I just meant, okay, let me rephrase. So I just meant that everyone is so frustrated, right? Everyone is just ready to crash out because of their frustrations. Does that make sense? It has nothing to do with New Yorkers.
Yeah, people are absolutely ready. Are very, very, very upset because we have an administration that is tearing up the Constitution and taking a piss on it. We started a war that we didn't need to. We increased gas prices by about $1.30 on average across the country for absolutely no reason. Inflation is going back up. Prices are going up all across the country. The economy sucks. Jobs aren't looking any better. Just like you said, the big beautiful bill is hurting lower and middle class people. It's causing healthcare costs to go up. We're going to see rural hospitals are going to start closing next year. It's going to be a massive problem for the middle of America, not for people like you and I on the East Coast, but for people out in more rural areas. It's going to be a major issue. And Republicans run the House and the Senate and the presidency. Oh, and by the way, they have a majority on the Supreme Court, and they're all fucking up the country.
Yeah, with this week concur. It's a shame, you know. I'm 32. I've only voted once. I don't think I'm gonna vote much again, just because of this terrible experience. I had the option to vote for Mamdani, and I was so upset about voting for Trump and it not working out. You know, I thought we were just going to be able to survive these 4 years of Trump, you know, just like we survived the last, you know, just I thought it was going to be a continuation, you know, just keeping our heads above the water and getting to the next election, and hopefully somebody with a brain in their head, you know, and doesn't kiss the ring over at the Wailing Wall, sits in the seat of power, because our governments are occupied by Zionists who are Israel first. They have sucked all the lifeblood out of America. Now they're taking all our money, right? And now they're going to send us to die for Israel in Iran. But we all know that a war would be detrimental to the American people. Donald Trump does not want that. Yes, we have a big army, but it would be like a suicide mission. As soon as you get boots on the ground in there, it's like a huge bowl of cereal. Iran geographically is like a huge bowl of cereal, a bowl of soup. As soon as you boots on the ground, you jump out of that helicopter, you're probably not making it back. You know, so this whole presidency has been a failure. I think we need to scrap these Republican and Democrat institutions, because they are inherently corrupt, rigged, and doomed for failure. I'm not one of those red and blue makes purple. Everybody needs to get along. I don't know what exactly is the answer, but we need to get back to the drawing board, like now, and figure out a solution instead of creating more problems.
I mean, I feel like Zohran Mamdani is probably the best example of that, because he was hated. He's still hated by the Democratic establishment. Like the leadership in the Democratic Party, they hate him. And they tried to beat him in the primary. That didn't work. And then they literally ran Cuomo as an independent because they could not get over the fact that they lost in the fucking primary. And, you know, again, this is the whole vote blue no matter who crowd. Well, suddenly I guess that doesn't matter. Suddenly I guess that doesn't apply when it's, you know, someone on the left. But, I mean, you know, the Democratic establishment, to your point, they hate Mamdani. Obviously, the Republicans hate him. I mean, if you want to do the whole back to the drawing board thing, he's kind of the epitome of that, you know? And I mean,
yeah, I concur.
He's been cranking out wins left and right. Like, he's getting shit done in New York. So I mean, I I understand being frustrated with politics, but not voting is that's not going to fix anything, dude.
Yeah, yeah. You know what it is? It's just, I mean, I already knew Mamdani was gonna win. You know what I mean? Like just from the climate, like from people I speak with, and just the climate in New York City was Mamdani. And if we had even 100 Mamdanis, this country would be doing great. Just put two in every state, and we'll be doing good. Like we just need honest people in these positions of power, because these people who we are entrusting our lives with, and our futures and our children's futures and our families' futures with, are not to be trusted. They already have been bought out by APAC or blank or whatever else they've been bought out by. They are bought and paid for the rest of their lives. They are not for us. Like that's just my point. We need to stop voting in APAC people. We need to stop voting in people who are gonna put profits or other citizens before a American citizen, or just a human that's already here. I don't care about
Yeah, like I
documented
mean,
and undocumented. We're
you're
all
describing
people,
Zora
We're
Mamdani.
here.
Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
literally
I mean,
describing.
listen, I love Mamdani. I love Mamdani.
Yeah,
We're actually like, I
well,
think, the same age, or but
yeah. Well, to your point,
something.
like
But it just goes to
you said
show.
put two of them in every state. The only way that happens is getting people out to vote, right? In the primaries, like installing people in the primary who are like Zora Mamdani, because he's not the only person like him. I mean, we saw some elections recently in New York State, or actually, yeah, New York City, um, and yeah, there are more like him, and they won their elections, and yet again, the Democratic establishment pissed off, pissed. Like even John Favreau, who I don't really consider it like the Democratic establishment. He's a commentator, and he's a former Obama staffer, and generally he's been pretty even killed as far as I guess his commentary goes. He was pissed, which is just wild. It's wild. Like really, really. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, if you want change, if you want to make things better, you got to vote for it. Because if you don't, Republicans Republicans win when people don't vote, when people stay home. Republicans win. Democrats win when people show the fuck up, right? And it's
yeah,
way easier to do that when the person is like, exciting and all that shit. So find an exciting person. I mean, if we're talking about national level, there's a number of elections that are happening uh, in November, and there are exciting people on the ballot, and
mhm,
it does give me like a little bit of solace that we've got genuinely exciting people, instead of more of the boring middle of the road. I'm a Democrat, but I'm sorry that I'm a Democrat. Here, let me show you how much of a Republican I am type shit. Because that doesn't work.
yeah. I agree. I agree. It is one huge mess, but we got to clean it up. But dialogue is the first step, and then back to the drawing board, put some ideas down, and figure it out. But I have a question for you guys. Why is there a Lebanese flag on the screen? If you don't mind me asking.
It's because I'm Lebanese and I support Lebanon.
Oh, same. I'm Lebanese. That's why I asked.
Okay,
Kifak
friend.
Sayi.
Kifak, habibi.
All right, I just want. Excuse me.
I said Kifak, habibi.
Oh, okay. I thought you said no. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm just gonna keep it in English, but yeah. Again, first time caller, first time listener. I just want to call in, get a feel, see how everyone's doing. I've seen some couple people in the chat that I recognize. So yeah, I'm enjoying the show so far, and I will continue to listen, guys. Be safe, God bless, and take some Tylenol for the headache you're about to receive because these callers are something else.
Okay, man. Have a good one.
You too. God bless.
Thanks. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, you can hop in the box. You can give us a ring. Real quick, thank you to Jacob on the Blue app. Jacob said, typical liberal, you have no idea how to play poker. King me. That's a checkmate. That's a good one.
Mic drop, atheists.
Atheist. And a couple of thank yous over on the tube for me. Thank you to Wesley. 10 minutes later, what the fuck did all those words really mean, sir? I don't know if that was for this caller or the last caller, but either way. Wesley says, Cap for life is back trolling the chat. Matt, he was the guy who couldn't stop talking over you yesterday. Much love as always. Oh, I guess we're muting him again in the chat. Mods, I guess you know what to do. Cap, you're gonna have to go away. Wesley really doesn't fucking like you. And I guess the rest of the chat also really doesn't fucking like you because I don't think I've ever had anyone ask me to ban someone from the chat like this so many multiple times. God damn, dude. They really don't like you over there. God damn. Nemo, when you brought up the mayor's race, I'm not sure if you've seen this, because you brought up Andrew Cuomo, but you know who you didn't talk about?
Oh.
For those of you who don't know who that is in fact Curtis Sliwa.
That is just on brand. On brand.
You know, I don't hate him.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. You know, I don't think I agree with him politically. And I think, but you know what? Do you know what I think about him, Nemo? You know what? This is what I think about him. I think he loves New York, and I think he cares about New Yorkers, and I think he's very misguided in a number of different ways, but I do think he actually cares about New York.
Yeah. I think it is the meme of he's a little confused, but he's got the spirit. Like it really is that kind of situation. I mean, I think that Zoran should make him the press secretary. I feel like that would be awesome. Just yeah, okay. You have questions for Zoran Mamdani? Okay, ask the press secretary. Yes. So Zoran Mamdani, he didn't say I'm Israel High today. So is that anti-Semitic? How about fuck you? Okay, 5 times I was shot. How about fuck you?
I was gonna say you can't answer the question without mentioning how many times you were shot in the back of a cab. That's
Exactly.
It's every question. Yeah, you know, you know what? Hey, listen, he's a pride. He's a pride.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
If he like came out tomorrow and said, "I know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried," I would believe him. I don't need any other evidence. I would believe him.
I would believe him too. When I did live in Brooklyn, there was a barber that I went to pretty frequently in Cobble Hill. Which is a fairly nice. It's a really nice area now. I mean, but it's still kind of like an old school Italian area. And so I went to this barber, really top notch, good older Italian guy. Not expensive, but just would do all the things and the hot towel and really great work. Give you a shave if you wanted, the whole 9 yards. I remember one day I was just kind of sitting waiting for him, and I remember like he had this wall of like pictures, and it was all like him and just family and friends and stuff like that and whatever. And then one day I was like really looking at it, and just because I had a long wait, and I'm like, and it was him, much younger, 20 some odd years before, because this is back when I lived in New York. It was definitely like him, 20 years younger, and I was like, is that John Gotti? And he was like, oh, Mr. Gotti, he was such a nice man. What they did to him was so terrible. It was so awful. That none of that was true. None of it was true. They just made all of it up. He was the nicest man. He sat right there in that chair where you're sitting, and I cut his hair. He sat right there. He was the nicest man. I was like, mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yup. John Gotti.
The fuck?
Really, really, really nice. One of the nicest guys, Nemo. Sat in the same chair that I did to get a haircut. So.
All right then. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So. Yeah, it was amazing. But I love that. I love shit like that. Honestly, that's the kind of shit in New York that I miss. I miss shit like that, like running into just completely fucking random people that were like, "Oh yeah, I used to cut John Gotti's hair." Like, "Oh, okay, cool story."
Yeah. I've got sort of a similar thing. I'll tell you over DM.
Oh boy. No, I can't wait. You tell me later. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, would you hop in the box and have a conversation with us? That would be great. Or if you're over on the tube, you can call. Give us a ring. On the phone line. Host is lying. Which one? Him or me? Which one? Which one of us is lying? I'd love to know. Could you let us know? Also, shouldn't you be live, Dean? Or is this too late for you to be live? Do you have like 30,000 people to be live for? Or is that the wrong... Do I have the wrong Dean? Oh. Oops. Yes, guys. I know that it's not the actual Dean. Yes. It was a joke. Host is full of it. Yeah, that guy. We'll request up then, Pickles. Request up. You wouldn't. Too scared, Pickles. Yeah. See? MAGA's too scared.
Full of love and affection for my neighbor.
He's so scared. Oh, God damn it. Oh.
Protection. If only young me could see me now. She'd be so proud. Sorry, am I wearing...
Hello? Hello? Palmades?
Oh, sorry. I hit it on accident.
That's okay, friend. You have a good one.
Yep, you too.
I have no idea what was going on there, but I hope you're having a good time, friend. Like, whatever. Like, fuck yeah. You know what's funny, dude, is that we definitely have a couple of Trump supporters chirping away down there in the chat, and they won't come up.
Yeah, that seems to be the standard now.
It really does. And we have them chirping over in the tube chat as well, and they won't come up also. That's fun. Let's see. All right. Well, I did have one or two other things I'm going to show you guys real quick while we wait to talk to some more Trump supporters. Assuming they still exist, assuming they're still out there. Let's see here. This one is great. And by great, I mean they should run this as a fucking campaign ad. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did.
What are your plans for the housing bill, Mr. President?
I don't know. I think it's so unimportant by compared to the Save America Act. I think the Save America Act is exactly what it says. It's saving America from crooked elections. And the housing bill is a bill that can get approved. They worked on it long and hard. It's very bipartisan. That means the Democrats like it. Nobody knows more than housing in the history of the presidency. Nobody did well like me in housing. When I look at that bill, it's a bill. But when I look at the Save America Act, it's about saving America. Much more than a bill, big deal. It's a yawn. Some people say it's wonderful. To me, compared to the Save America Act, just about everything is a big yawn.
It's a yawn, guys. Your housing costs, it's a yawn.
All right, then. Yeah. That's a campaign ad right there.
Put that one right up there with Mike Johnson rattling off all of the amazing things that Democratic Socialist wants.
Dude, that is just fucking glorious.
Proportional representation?
Universal health care? Huh? Taxing the rich? What?
Oh my God. Per se? Cynthia, stop. Oh boy. Oh man, there's the unoriginal or reproduced content. Guys, can we click through that? We got a violation for that. Man.
Really?
Yeah, I think it might be playing. I don't know what it is with the TikTok videos now. Weird.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay.
But guys, do all the good things. No, it's for unoriginal content. It's a totally different. Yeah. Just if you can do all the good things, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for your help. Do the same with Nemo. That also helps. Gifting people up here, the live goal and tapping and all that stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you. So So thank you, yes, for sharing, reposting, all the good things, like our friend Erika says. We love you guys. So, anyways, I just thought that was fucking wild. I thought that was just like, it's a yawn. You know, that thing that is super important to a whole bunch of people. Oh, and real quick, by the way, thank you to Witty Kitty. Thank you, Witty Kitty. Witty Kitty got a Mad Matt T-shirt. Thank you, friend. Appreciate that. Half those proceeds are going to get donated to the Victory Fund, which helps support LGBTQ candidates for office, which is so awesome. You got one more day while we do that. And then Wesley, it says, sometimes I think Futurama got it right when they referenced our era as the stupid ages. I think you're not wrong about that. Also, hearing Trump say the words long and hard made me throw up in my mouth a bit. Gross. That man looks like he smells like Bengay, flop sweat, and ass. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit thinking about that. Thanks, Wesley.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's accurate. And I hate having ears.
God damn it. Anyways.
Plus, he's pushing 80. So, like, or wait, no, he is 80 now. You know, like, the old man smell also. Like, the old man smell that dudes get, that's also just in there.
It's like built in.
Yeah.
Trump is your YORE for whatever reason, daddy. Weird. You have your invites turned off, which who would have guessed, right? Why don't you come on up and have a conversation with us? Because I don't have any idea why you would say that, but yeah. Funknificent, you're about to get blocked from the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump is your, that, like, as in, like, the days of yore? Like, what?
Oh, damn. That's like, wow. Just when you think that there were only two possible spellings of your, they reach back into ye old English to get another one.
So, Nemo, I only got to hear part of your conversation with Popcorn, but what was he on about?
So, when I joined, he was arguing with Michael about, I guess, he was trying to prove that Iran had violated the JCPOA or something. And he was going through that, which the report that he was citing literally said it's inconclusive. And then he said something about how even if the JCPOA wasn't a thing, it would still be a violation of international law, which that opened a little door into Narnia, which is, oh, wait, we care about international law now? Interesting. What would they be violating with international law? He mentioned, like, UN, nuclear proliferation, or whatever the fuck. Okay. And you think that if a country has nukes or nuclear material and they don't let the UN inspectors in, that they're violating international law? Yeah. Oh, okay. When's the last time Israel let a UN inspector in to check out their nuclear program?
When has Israel publicly admitted that they have nukes?
Yep. Never.
They live in Never Land over there. Yeah. Well, that's fun. I bet he took that very well and then conceded the point.
Oh yeah. He then tried to argue, okay, well, would you rather have a world where there were no nukes or a world where everybody had nukes. And just for shits and giggles, I said, well, I mean, nukes arguably are the reason why we have not gone into World War III at this point. They're a pretty fucking effective deterrent. World War I and II, we didn't have nukes at that point. And so, yeah, massive conflicts, right? But that didn't happen after we got nukes. Like, once nukes came onto the scene, all of a sudden everybody started behaving themselves a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
And yeah, I said, do I think that every country should have nukes? Probably not, no. But do I think that, OECD nations, like, economically developed ones, you could make a solid argument, yeah, having like a nuke for each one, just because, it'll keep people on their best behavior. Is it because that really seemed to be the most effective way to dissuade war, is having a nuke. And he did not like that answer at all.
He was not a fan.
Yeah, he was like, oh, so you just want everybody to have nukes? No. And I told him, like, if you literally had a button that I could press and all the nukes disappeared everywhere all at once, then yeah, sure, I'd press that button because nukes are bad. But that's not a real thing. And then he's like, well, okay, so you know that nukes are bad, so we're doing that. No, the fuck we're not, dude. They didn't have nukes.
No, we're not. Trump is your daddy. I did finally meet you in the chat. If you want to have a conversation, you do need to come up and talk to us, just as an FYI. Okay, there you go. So, just a heads up. Oh, got somebody here. Thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Huh?
School's out for summer. Thanks for calling Domino's. What can I get you? Hello, thank you for calling Domino's. What can I get you?
6-7.
He literally just said 6-7. God damn.
Got him.
Oh, boy.
Skibbity toilet. On God, for real, for real. No cap.
No cap. People used to be better at making prank phone calls, I have to say. Guys, come on.
Right? You got to be creative with that shit.
You can't just sit there and like, hello. 6-7. Like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judy. Exactly, or Erika. Exactly. Thank you. Everyone. Basic. It's basic shit. Like, look up some ways to troll people with prank call. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you literally have the entire knowledge of the world at your fucking fingertips, kids. Like, could you try a little harder? Please? A little bit? It's like, watch some old episodes of The Simpsons. Like, I need Amanda hug and kiss. Amanda hug and kiss? Is there Amanda hug and kiss? That shit is hilarious. Some jerky boys, yeah. Wow. You were cool if you had a Jerky Boys cassette tape. You play that for your friends. That was cool. Oh, there's okay. Amanda Hug and Kiss is here. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. I was asking. I wanted to make sure you were here. There you go. See more butts? Yeah. I don't know, guys. I really thought that we were going to be like hearing from some more of them after the Supreme Court decisions today, but they don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Although birthright citizenship is coming tomorrow.
Yeah, my prediction on that, it's gonna be 7-2. And the two are gonna be Clarence Thomas and Alito. And they're gonna say some fucking degenerate shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, based on the questioning, Gorsuch is a no. He's not gonna vote for it, or rule for it and vote for it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's not gonna rule that way. So.
Yeah, that one I'm not too worried about. I mean, really, like the big ones. Obviously, there was gutting of the VRA a little bit back, and then also the ruling about who the president can and cannot fire. That was not good.
It was a weird carve out though for the Federal Reserve.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's probably some kind of moneyed interest there. It has to be that. That's just such a specific thing.
They need to hide the ketchup bottles at the White House. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, agreed.
100%. Yeah, Michael, I know the Constitution is clear. Why even make it to the Supreme Court? Well, because somebody challenged it. And that's what happens when you challenge a executive order or law. That's how it goes. So that's why it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. It really is just kind of silly, the types of cases that are getting up to the Supreme Court now, because it's literally, plain text reading, and then the right wing is like, okay, yeah, but if you close your eyes and yell really loud, then the words sound different. So actually, that's not what it means. It means something different because I banged my head against the wall for 5 minutes and then I read that case or that law, and it sounded different in my head. And my friend, he told me that actually he saw a thing on the internet about how that's not real. So yeah, that's not true. You lose.
By the way, thank you to Wesley one more time. It says, "Do you have Prince Albert in a can?" That's another classic. Thank you. I did just tell the YouTube chat that I'm kind of surprised. There do appear to be a good number of MAGA chirping over there, and they're just too fucking. They're afraid to call in. People over here who are chirping were afraid to request on up. Yeah, just what the fuck? Honestly, like nobody.
Yeah,
wants.
I mean, surely there's got to be some kind of, I don't know, obvious reason that the Trump administration that they're fucking great right now. Should be really easy to own some liberals, right?
Well, you would think, Nemo, that if people can't come up and easily articulate that, then it's just a direct concession that everything is not, in fact, going well. And if everything is not going well, then that would mean that Donald Trump is failing as president. So basically, these people not being able to come up and defend a position or defend the president of the United States at this point in time is kind of an implicit admission that everything is failing. It's just a direct concession.
Yeah.
You can't do it. None of you can do it. Although the state fair is going very, very well, the tens of people that are there are having a wonderful time, I'm sure.
See, last night, or I guess like this morning or whatever, I was on ETR's live, and this British person came up, and it was clear that this British person was not familiar with American politics that well, and okay, all right, fine. And they weren't really, and so there were a couple times that they used incorrect terms and whatever. That's fine. Mm-hmm. They mentioned a state fair. Now I totally thought by the state fair they were talking about the UFC event thing. I thought that's what they were talking about. And I didn't even know that there was a thing. There was a state fair. I didn't even know.
Nemo over here being blissfully fucking unaware.
Yeah, it was a peaceful life. Yeah, it just, wow. We just keep embarrassing ourselves.
Do you think they're going to hide the ketchup bottles tomorrow?
I mean, I hope so. Because, I mean, that's going to cost a lot of money to repair the holes in the wall.
I don't think you can throw it hard enough to make a hole in the wall. I just think it's going to be a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's a pretty decrepit old man. Like, he can't even, like, you see those videos? I don't know if you guys saw when I played a couple of those videos when he was at the G7. He couldn't even do, like, his signature, like, grab and pull shake thing. He literally was just like he's definitely not in good shape. Like, that is a signature Donald Trump thing where he does the grab and pull and is like,
yeah,
holy
he can't
shit,
do it now.
Can't do it. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, he's very weak. He's a very, very weak man. I mean, in like both literally and figuratively, but yeah, but literally also.
Yeah. 250th gift to the. Oh wow. Okay. I mean, that's not great. That does look a little sus.
By the way, Morgan in the chat goes, SCOTUS didn't put up security barriers tonight, so I'm guessing Trump's losing that case. That's actually a really good point, Morgan.
Yeah.
That's.
I feel like that. Yeah, you can get a solid barometer.
I saw this. God damn.
It is a little sus. Like, it really is down to just the wingspan. Like, because the presidential seal has an eagle on it too, right? Or what? Like, if it was literally just that, then that would be one thing. Because if you look at the presidential seal, the eagle, the wings are very different looking compared to this. But the wingspan on this, that makes it just a little bit, just a little bit reminiscent of something else.
Nemo, why are there 11 stars around that eagle? Around the shield. I mean, around the shield. What would the 11... I don't know the symbolism of 11 stars.
Yeah, what the fuck, 11? Why?
This is... What the fuck?
Oh, wow. Okay. I typed in 11 stars in Google and just hit enter.
Yeah.
Literally the first result. Flags of the Confederate States of America.
Confederacy.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Please, clot. Please, clot. Come on.
That is
Come on, little blood vessel.
One thing that came up. Holy fucking shit.
Literally, you can do it yourself at home. Go to Google, type in 11 stars, and hit enter.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Critical Outcast. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Critical Outcast, hello? Guessing that was maybe a mistake. Just doesn't seem like a Trump supporter, but in the box. Just Gem. Are you a Trump supporter? I think that was also a mistake. Okay, once again, if you guys voted for Donald Trump, we would ask for you to hop in the box over here on TikTok. If you're on the Tube or on Twitch, you can just call that number that's above my head or pinned in the chat. I'd like to talk to you. Thanks to Soul of a Beer Can over on the Tube. So they're all antsy in their pantsy because Daddy Donald got dunked on today, but too scared to call. That's funny. Thank you to Taffy. Thank you, Taffy. It says, Mag got their panties in a bunch because of the E. Jean Carroll verdict from the Supreme Court. They aren't letting him slide, and they are foaming. You guys aren't wrong, I guess. I mean, I thought maybe they would want to call and brag about the Lisa Cook one, but, like, I guess not. Also, if you guys think that they're foaming about that shit, wait until tomorrow. Think about the number of people that Nemo and I have talked to about the fucking birthright citizenship thing in the last year. Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah. They really are so convinced that words don't mean what words mean. Just fuck, man.
Fuck. I don't know, man.
It says anyone born on American soil. Here's the problem, okay? The founding fathers were all white and they were racists and they believed in slavery and they didn't consider anyone who was not white a person. So, ipso facto, 14th Amendment does not apply.
Wonder how they'll spin it to blame the left. I don't know. Who knows? For sure, Gorsuch is going to be with the presumably the majority ruling against him. Presumably.
Yeah.
And they're going to be mad, even though Donald Trump literally appointed him.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to cope with that one.
I don't know. There's going to be a lot of copium. I also think it's going to be 7-2. just because Alito and Thomas they're just such fuckwits. They won't get out of their own way. So.
Yeah. Like you can point at previous Supreme Court cases. You can point to what the people said when they were writing it. Like literally, the people who proposed the amendment talked about these things. Shocking, right? They literally talked about these things.
We have the notes from the debates, the floor of Congress. They said these questions to each other out loud, and then they debated them, and then they voted for them anyways.
Maybe they'll do the old well, they said that, but the executive branch is the one that enforces the law. So actually, we don't have to follow the law.
Ipso facto.
Per se.
Perchance. I was watching I don't know if you guys watch Oscar Quentin. I've caught him a little bit recently, and I like him. He seems like a really good guy. I like him, and I also like the fact that he yelled at somebody today, because they were just being so fucking disingenuous with logic. Yeah, you guys should follow him. It was great. Yes, he was a Phil bro, Nemo. And I was watching and I was like, but it was great because he had the guy admitted. He's like, yeah, I do think that Donald Trump probably raped somebody. He's like, yeah, I do, but I support him, I just support him as president. And he's like, no. He's like, you support Donald Trump, period. And the guy's like, no. He's like, I only support what he's doing as president. And then he's like, really? And he literally with crayon wrote out, he's like, A equals support Donald Trump. B equals Donald Trump raped somebody. He's like, now, read A. And he's like, I support Donald Trump. And he's like, now read B. And he's like, now say B. And he's like, Donald Trump probably raped somebody. He's like, so now say, I support the president of the United States who probably raped somebody. And he's like, well, no, I don't. And it's like, the guy was like,
oh my God.
It was like, I had like, it was genuinely delightful. I was just sitting there and I was just like, it was beautiful. Yeah, some of you guys saw it earlier. It was chef's kiss. I even sent him a message. I was like, thank you. Because Oscar was getting very animated and very worked up in a good way and just absolutely fucking just destroying this guy. But he was getting very worked up, and I really liked it. I really liked the fact, and I was like, thanks for showing that other people get worked up too. Because he was like, he was kind of flipping out on the guy because he would not fucking say it. He had a notebook and a fucking crayon, and he was like, A plus B. He's like, you would learn this on the first day of a fucking philosophy class if you're learning about logic. He's like, it's the first. He's like, what the fuck is wrong? I was like, oh my God.
Damn.
I know. He seems to be super chill. I've only watched him a couple of times now, and he just always does seem to be really chill. But, man, he fucking flipped on him. I hope he clips that. I really do. He seems like I said, he seems like a good dude. Good dude. So, yes, and he's also a musician, too. So, I got a lot of respect for him so far. So, yeah, good for him. Good for him. I like him. Oscar. Here, I'll put his. It's Oscar with a K, and then I believe it's spelled this way. Actually, I could pull up his page and I can show you guys. I think you should drop him a follow, quite frankly. And I don't really think that I do this too much or enough for folks, but he deserves a follow, I think. So this is him. So I think you guys should check him out.
Yeah, if you gotta parse your support like that, I feel like you may want to do some introspection. Like, oh, well, okay, I know that he probably raped someone. However, tax breaks. Like, if you got to parse it like that, I feel like you may have fucked up at some point along the way.
Somewhere, some way, you took a wrong turn. You're on the wrong path. Goddamn. Anyways, whatever the fuck. Yes, I saw it. Dean came on and said some nice things about him too. Said yeah. Dean came up and said he was a good debater. Absolutely, he does a great job. You guys, that's what I'm saying. I think you should drop him a follow. I enjoyed what I enjoyed when I saw, so I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm obviously a much better judge of this than Dean is, so.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyways. Guys, we've just been holding steady with over 7. Yes, thank you. I'm just kidding, guys. It just doesn't really matter. I'm sure he was very, very thrilled to get that from Dean, because quite frankly, that is a real compliment. He said some very nice things about him, and like I said, deservedly so. So, guys, we've been holding steady with between 750 and 800 people. We have well over 100 people. We've been up around 130 people-ish over on the tube. There's nobody to talk to. I do want to say thank you to Taffy over on the tube, who sent out a membership. Thank you so much, Taffy. I don't know who got that, but if you got a membership, please thank Taffy. Thank you, Taffy. Also, thank you to our friend Melvin. Thank you, Melvin. Says, while I love the escape of not hearing Idiotic MAGA by umpiring baseball in Cooperstown, I miss you guys. I wish that I could throw 47 out of the house like I did to this one coach. So liberating. Melvin, that's awesome. I didn't know you were a baseball ump. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of baseball. I love that. That's fucking great, man. Very cool. You're even cooler than I thought you were. And also, one other thing. Taffy says, can we get some Billy Joel? Vienna is awesome. The answer to that, Taffy, is yes. And so the answer to that question is yes. And I have already been thinking about the fact that we do need to do another music live at some point soon. You guys have been really bugging me about it. And I really feel the peer pressure, and I'm starting to get annoyed with you guys asking me over and over. So,
yeah, got to do it.
Yeah, so yeah, the peer pressure and the incessant asks have won. Yay, it worked. Yeah, I mean that's basically where we're at, guys. So there you go. But yes, Taffy, the answer is absolutely. I would love to play that one for you the next time that we get on. Just remind me, and I'd be happy to do it. The other thing I've been thinking about doing is potentially doing a YouTube only stream once Nemo and I get a couple of video things worked out, and once we do some different stuff, because we're going to be trying to change the format of the screen and a couple of different things. So if you're not subscribed to us on the tube, to both of us, can I recommend that you go and do that now? So there's links in both of our bios. And our usernames are the same over there, but it's still really easy if you want. If you go down our link tree in our bio, if you're over here on TikTok, all you have to do is just go and you can click on it and hit that subscribe button and put your notifications on, because if we end up doing like a YouTube only stream, you don't want to miss it. So please make sure that you're all subscribed over there. Also, we really need to get Nemo up over 1,000 subscribers. Is an important milestone on YouTube for him, for a number of different reasons that that allow us to do a whole bunch of different things. So please, if you've subscribed to me but you haven't subscribed to Nemo, do that. If you're here, Linktree is in his bio. If you're over on the tube, you can literally, I put a link, you could just literally click on his ad right down in the description of the video, or you can click on the link to the link tree and click through it there. It's really easy. So all of those things, guys, all of those things. Yeah, good times. Well, I don't know, man. Do you want to try one restart?
Yeah, we can try that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to do, because otherwise, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Should we do a restart? Yes. Okay. Okie dokie.
Alrighty.
All right. So before we go, please make sure that you've dropped. Yeah, Mamma Mia watch party after we do a reset. Do me a favor. Make sure you're following Nemo and I on both of our main accounts. That's my backup account. You can follow there. Make sure you click through and follow all of Nemo's backup accounts. Like my lad Kasha says, do you all promise to come back? Do you all promise? Yes, Pam, I know it's busy tonight with big creators talking. Big creators like Nemo and I. Exactly. We're very important people. Dragonfly says no. Damn. Well, since Dragonfly says no, that they're not going to come back, I guess we're not going to restart. So.
Way to go, Dragonfly.
We're ruin it for everybody. All right, guys. Hey, if you're over on the tube or on Twitch, your screen's just going to go black for a second while we restart, and we're going to come back up. Everybody else on TikTok, we're going to go right down, and we're coming right back. So we'll see everybody in a second. Guys, when you come back in, tap the screen. We'll set a low live goal, and let's hit it, and let's try to get some Trump supporters. All right, see you in a second. All right, Tuby tubers. Let's do this shit. What do we got here? Let me get this screen back on for you guys. Hold, please. Thank you guys, by the way, for being here and for sticking it out. Thank you. There you go. All right. Let's reset that live goal for folks. Welcome back. Yes, it's a Matt and Nemo raid. Self raid. There we go. Tappity tap the screen. right. Let's see. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, Izzy? All right. Let's see here. Let's do one more of these live goals. Thank you, Tally. I believed you. I mean, Dragonflies isn't coming back, but I guess everybody else was. Thank you guys for sharing out the Morocco one tonight. That's fun. Thank you guys for sharing out the live share, but don't spam share. Appreciate that. Repost the live. Do whatever you can. Thank you guys so much for being here. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, I'd like you to hop in the box, please. Hop in the box. I've got Nemo lined up. I've got my backup account lined up, but currently no Trump supporters. So we're going to bring Nemo up here in just a second. We hit our couple little milestones over here. But beyond that, guys, please, if you voted for Donald Trump, we'd like to have a conversation with you. We want to know why you still support him. What's going on right now that you think he's doing well? Because quite frankly, we think that everything is fucked up, and we think that you're kind of insane for supporting him. Can you prove us wrong? I'm not sure that you can. But if you can, hop in the box. Let's have a chat. Oh, RC is on with Pickles? Yikes. Wes, hey, friend. I know they're getting few and far between, aren't they, Mike? But it is fairly surprising. It is fairly surprising that we really haven't gotten many calls either. I have to say. Maybe it's just slow. Maybe it's summertime. Maybe it's just slow this week. Oh, Dragonflies. Fine, I'm back. Grace us with your presence, why don't you? Oh, Matt, we want you anyways. Well, thank you. Thank you. I mean, we appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching anyways. I mean, listen. There was like 800 people just hanging out for fucking ever. And that was just here on TikTok. There was a 130 more hanging out on the tube and some more over there. Like, guys, like, we really appreciate that you folks are just hanging out even when we don't have ops. So thank you. Mean it. Welcome back. Oh. Thank you. We try to be the best. Try to be the best. Let's see what we got here. David, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello, David. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
Oh, hi. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
59, Florida.
Why do you still support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
Can I start with your pronouns first, though?
No. Why do you still support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
Are you refusing to give me your pronouns?
You is a pronoun, dumbass.
Now, if that was somebody else, I would have no problem with it. But David is just a piece of shit who's completely disingenuous. So you can fuck right off, David. I was going to actually try to see if you wanted to maybe have a real conversation. But since you didn't, no, I'm good. And I want you to know that that's we're like hurting to talk to anybody, and I would rather talk to absolutely fucking no one than to talk to you. I will sit here in silence. That's how much of a piece of shit you are.
Yeah, it'd be a better conversation too.
Donna, you think all he does is kisses his picture? Oh. Like, I would tell you, but I don't know how recently the rest of you have eaten, so. Mm-mm. Anyways. Oh, got somebody in the box here. Oh. Hi, David. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you? What state did you vote in?
You know, I just wanted to have a conversation.
Hi, David. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? Oh, I guess he's not there.
Huh.
Weird. Anyways, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, you'd like to have a conversation, hop in the box. Let's have a chat, or you can give us a ring. That number above my head. If you're over on the tube, real easy. Oh, it's also pinned in the tube chat over there. Hi, David. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? It's weird. I think you must be tapping the screen really hard and connecting by mistake. Thank you, David. Appreciate you tapping the screen. Thank you, everyone tapping the screen to get the live pushed out. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. There was an update on TikTok. I think it broke microphones or something.
Probably. Oh, he's trying one more time. I don't know. Maybe he did need to. I don't know. We'll see. David, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Maybe he's like in assisted living.
I don't know. This is interesting. I would bring up D, except for the fact that they don't seem to have their invites turned on. Hi, David. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Oh, well. Must be just mistakenly tapping it up. But again, thank you, David. We appreciate it. We'll stop bringing you up since it's a mistake. Thank you, though. D. Yeah, see, D's got their they've got their invites off, and and they have like 10 followers. I have a feeling that they're a bot. That's a bot. That's a bat. Yeah. Oh, it's David again in the box. Hey, David, I think you keep hitting the button by mistake because we brought you up a couple of times and you weren't there. So, anyways, hope you have a good night, though, friend. Take care.
Katie Marie says, "I don't support right or left."
Oh, really? come on up and tell us about it, Katie. I invited you.
Oh, she's libertarian and proud of it.
I mean, Katie, I invited you to come up. We can have a conversation about that if you don't support right or left. Ignore Katie. She tells everyone's chat every day, all day, and doesn't go. Oh, she doesn't go up. Oh, fair. She's just so she's the type of person who wants to like straddle the fence and then is afraid to actually defend what she believes in. I see. Who we got here? Oh. Okay, Katie. Well, if you can't, then you can always take a break from the chat, I'm sure. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, my name's Dylan from Cincinnati, and I voted for Trump, like, I guess the past 3 elections.
Okay, how old are you, Dylan?
Oh, okay, actually, I think it was the last 2, but I'm 24.
Okay, cool. Well, why do you still support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
Well, I guess it's not a very optimistic or enthusiastic support. I guess it's the other side usually. But at the same time, I always think that maybe the internet just shows you the radical sides a lot, and so as of recently, I've kind of been opening myself up more to, other ideas, and I've always tried to, stay open-minded, but really, I think where it kind of comes down to is I feel like there's more patriotism on the right, and maybe you can kind of prove me wrong on that, but it just seems like on the left there seems to be more of like a disdain for our country,
I mean, when you say patriotism, like, what do you mean?
Well, just, I guess, more of like a thankfulness of what we have compared to, other places in the world.
Do you mean like the universal health care that we all get that we don't have to pay for? Do you mean like the free do you mean like the free college that we all get that we don't have to pay for? Do you mean like the exceptional amounts of mandatory vacation and mandatory maternity and paternity leave that we get? Is that what you mean?
Okay.
Is it all of those things that... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. We don't get any of those things in America.
Sure. Well, I guess I'll go through those one. What was the first one you said again?
Universal health care.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of looked into that, and I think the way I tuned in on a previous one of your lives, and I think you might have swayed me a little more on that, but at the same time, from what I've seen or observed, like, it doesn't seem to be as good as what we have now. At the same time, the upcharging in hospitals and healthcare is just ridiculous. So I guess maybe there's got to be a better system than what we have now. I'll give you that.
The Commonwealth Fund, who did a report in 2024 rating healthcare systems around the world, said that out of the 11 developed nations that they looked at, of which we're the only one that doesn't have universal health care, a single-payer system in place, we're dead last in basically almost every metric.
Can you give me an example, like, of one of the metrics, just for reference?
Life expectancy, infant mortality rate.
Do you think that has to do
quality
with
of service? Yes, it absolutely does.
like
And so the reason is because when you have universal health care and you can go to the doctor whenever you need without having to worry about paying for it, guess what people do? They go to the doctor. And that means that health issues that instead of waiting on things that become major problems later in life, they can get them taken care of much earlier and with a lot less concern. Instead of letting a little thing become a big thing later on. Maybe you catch cancer earlier. Maybe you catch a different disease or something else. Maybe it's you don't get pneumonia because you got treated for something else, a couple of weeks before, et cetera, et cetera. All of those things mean that we're healthier because everyone can go to the doctor. The reason that healthcare costs are so expensive, not the reason, one of the reasons, I should say, to clarify, one of the reasons healthcare costs are so expensive is because we have to deal with so many people who are overloading the healthcare system because they can't afford to pay and because they're in a position where they're super sick. They have cancer, and then they go bankrupt, right? Like, do you know that medical debt contributes to 60% of all bankruptcies in America?
Oh, I've seen it firsthand. One of my coworkers actually just had to, because her name's Diane. She's like in her 60s, but she had a stroke and cancer like in the span of 3 months, and it wrecked her up. And I'm like, yeah, that was one of those things, like that kind of made me think, like, because this lady has a really good job, so I was like, wow, the fact that even she would file for bankruptcy is just insane. So, but like, that is terrible. But maybe, do you think that I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but like the fact that does the quality of a universal healthcare country, does the quality of care measure up better? I guess that's what I was more looking for, like on the metric side.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I would encourage you. The answer is yes. You can't see the screen because you're on the call, right? You can't look at the YouTube screen. Yep. Okay, which is fine.
Yeah, I can watch it back later, right?
You know what, you can, and so I'm actually gonna put this up on the screen for everyone else and for you when you watch it back. Okay, so you can timestamp, maybe take a look at the timestamp back at this, but this is a very important report from a very reliable source, the Commonwealth Fund. Okay. And this report is it's from September 19, 2024, so it's less than 2 years old, okay? And if you think that anything has changed, if you think that anything has changed in less than 2 years, I mean, that it really hasn't.
No,
but
I won't dispute that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, for studies that's pretty recent, so.
Yeah, and I do think. Okay, so the first graph that I'm showing everybody who can see it is I've just scrolled down to its Exhibit 2. The United States lags its international peers considerably on health system performance. And the top of the screen is higher performing, and the lower part of the screen is lower performing. The United States is literally an outlier completely by itself at the bottom of the screen. You have Australia, the Netherlands, UK, New Zealand, France, Sweden, Canada, Switzerland, and Germany. And then there's this major drop, and it's the United States. The United States ranks last overall. Last overall. And then the next one is Exhibit 3, healthcare spending as a percentage of GDP from 1980 to 2023, right? So that means we've got 43 years, right? The United States, and this is the last full number they had, which was as of the end of 2022, 16.5% of GDP spending. 16.5%, okay, was the end result for 2023. Do you want to know the next closest was France, and they're at 11.9%. And actually, most of the other countries, developed countries, are all kind of within this little together, like they're kind of clustered together between like 11.9% and 9.8%, and we're spending 16.5%. So we're ranked last in health system performance, and we're spending the most by 5%, by 5.5%, right? 4.5%, excuse me. By 4.5%, we're spending the most by 4.5% than anyone else. So that isn't good. And of course, Exhibit 4, the next one, shows us healthcare system performance compared to spending. And of course, again, you get all these other countries that are kind of clustered together, which they're basically in the same spot. And then you get the U.S., which has the highest healthcare spending and the lowest outcomes. Then you could do that Americans face the most barriers to accessing and affording healthcare. And then, of course, the U.S. is dead last there, which means that we face the most barriers. Now, I will give you this. Care delivery process is the one area in all of this that gives the United States a high ranking. They rank second, okay? They rank second. New Zealand is first. Canada and the Netherlands are close behind. What do you hear the most about Canada, just out of curiosity? In terms of a healthcare system, do you hear that Canada is bad? Like, oh, there's long waits in Canada, and it's like terrible, and Canada's awful, and you have to wait, blah, blah, blah. And it's do you hear that about Canada, like as a cautionary tale for universal healthcare systems?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I didn't know any of the stats before you listed, but I knew that the United States would be high up there because of that. I've been told that so many times.
1, 2, 3, 4 is New Zealand, United States, Netherlands, Canada. Canada is nearly,
Middle.
if you look at this graph, they are nearly equal to the United States. So when you look at care delivery, Canada has a universal healthcare system, and they nearly are right next to us in terms of care delivery. So,
but we're like in the other stats, it's like we're blown out of the water. That's what you're saying?
Yes, and then of course, and then Exhibit 7, the next one, U.S. physicians and patients are most likely to face hurdles related to insurance rules, billing disputes, and reporting requirements. Right, and then of course we're nearly dead last. Actually, believe it or not, Switzerland is pretty low with us down there, and that's because most of us, they have to deal with medical billing issues. So that's not good. You could read a little bit more about Switzerland and their system, and then there's badness for equity and healthcare access. Listen, I'm just going to recommend that you go through and you read this report. There are very, very few bright spots for the United States in this report, and it is very, very damning for us. And listen, there was absolutely a time in my life where I felt like universal health care was not the right thing. It would mean worse care for people. It would be, and I have never been more sure in my entire life. I've never been more sure that this would save people's lives, that this would improve just the general quality of life in America, that people would be happier because they would have access to the services that they need. And on top of all of that, it would save us money because the amount of money that we would pay in taxes to take care of it would still be way less than what we pay out of pocket for health insurance.
Yeah.
So, that's my take on it, man.
Yeah, no, those were all really good points, and the one thing that kind of blew me away, I guess maybe it's some kind of fallacy. I don't know, but maybe that just because something costs more, that it's like higher quality or whatever. But I also thought maybe, and this might be a segue, I think this was one of your other points that you might have brought up, but how, the college system, I was under the assumption that a lot of immigrants that would come over would would go to our schools to like, to be doctors, but maybe they don't stay. Maybe that's like a pro-immigration take. I don't know. What do you think of that? I'm just spitballing here.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're saying I'm just no. I'm trying to say I'm trying to make sure I understand what you're saying. You're saying they come to school in America, but then they don't stay here.
Well, like why would we get? Apparently, we have the best schools and like the best colleges, like because Indians send their kids over here to get a good education.
They're great schools.
And then
they're great schools all over the world. I mean, just look at England. I mean, I could rattle off top tier universities there. Look at France. Look at the Sorbonne. Look at. I mean, there's like there's so many. There's so many. Now, in America, we're very big, and we have a lot of big opportunities for people to do things like go to medical school. And sure, do they come here, but we need doctors. Like, you realize that we have shortages in the medical system. They want to be here. I actually have a friend. I have multiple friends who are Indian who are doctors here in America. But one of them, who's had to struggle just to keep his visa here, he wants to stay here and work here. They oftentimes would very much like to stay and work here, and they face hurdles with it.
Right.
But I mean, you can say that's anecdotal. And we could certainly, Nemo, we could certainly look up those numbers. I don't know if you know that. I don't know off the top of my head if you like the people coming here to go to medical school, if they leave or if they stay. But I tend to think that a lot of folks who come here for medical school want to stay here. I mean, they have to. They end up having to go to residency here. So, like, if you commit that much of your life to becoming a doctor here, I don't know, you're just going to up and leave. Like, I mean, I guess it could happen, but and also if they do, so what? The school got the money. The hospital's got a resident for however many years, and like I don't know, like it happens. We send people to schools in other countries and then they come back here. I mean, I don't know. Like, that doesn't really bother me personally.
Baffling. No, I just that's just kind of baffling to me because, like, I don't know. I feel like if people come over here to learn how to become a doctor, you would think that country, the most popular country where people travel to learn about something, that they would have the best care. But that's just a vibe. You know what I mean? I can't show you a study. I'm just saying, like, that's how I would think logically. But
I think that like you can make the argument that the highest quality care is available in the U.S. if you can afford it. Like, if you're a billionaire, like, money's no object, and you have some rare form of cancer, like the top oncologists in the world are going to be more than likely in the U.S.
Right.
But they're also the top oncologists in the world, so like they're really expensive, right? And so whenever you see the metrics that are laid out by like the Commonwealth Fund and stuff, whenever it's highest quality of care, that's like your average person. Like, we're talking about broad averages here, right? It's not, oh, hey, I have the highest quality of care because I spent $1 million talking to this doctor for 10 minutes. Therefore, America is the best healthcare system in the world. No, that's silly. So it's it's a matter of, when it comes to quality of care, what can people expect reasonably when they go to the doctor in the U.S. Or when they go to the doctor wherever else. And so you have to look at it that way, right? Because not everyone can afford to, have like the top whatever specialists in the world. It's not reasonable to expect that either. So that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I lived in the UK for a few years, so I got to experience their healthcare system. I had surgery while I was over there. So, I mean, it to me it wasn't very different, like as far as the experience goes. The only notable difference that I can think of is so when when it was determined that I would have to have surgery, there was a wait period for that. But it wasn't like a life threatening thing or anything like that. So it was really just
And
kind of like
maybe
a
if it
minor
was,
inconvenience.
maybe if it was, they might have moved you up on the list. You think?
Yeah, no, they absolutely do. Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
triage. So they will assign an urgency to like oh, hey, this guy is gonna needs a triple bypass or something. They're not gonna put you on a wait list for that. They're gonna get it done. And so that's just I mean that's how it's done in the U.S. too when it comes to like the emergency room. They do a triage. So if you are not actively dying, yeah, you're going to be waiting for a minute. So that the same thing is true like whenever surgery was scheduled for me. So I think it was like 2 months that I had to wait for a full hip replacement, which 2 months. I mean, is that a long time? Yeah, but ultimately, it's like, oh yes, I guess it's a long time, but also I'm not paying for it, right? Like I'm not going into debt for the rest of my life over it, because getting the same surgery here would be a ridiculous amount of money, even with insurance.
Yeah.
So, that is probably the only notable difference that I can think of. The big thing was like there were no costs associated with me getting that care, right? So I started went to my normal doctor. They referred me to a specialist. Talked to the specialist. Specialist says, okay, it's this. Boom, surgery time. All right, like there were no charges. Like they had to do like an MRI and stuff like that, X-rays. There were no bills associated with any of that. When I had the surgery, the surgery was straightforward, in out of the operating room. Then I got to stay in the hospital for 3 days for recovery, my own room. And then they discharged me. Then I got to do physical therapy. So I had like 2 weeks of physical therapy after that. And that first week, I still had like bandages that had to be managed or whatever. A nurse literally made a house call, like came to the house to change my bandages. There were no charges with any of that. So
yeah, no, that's great. I actually I have thought about this a little bit, and it's funny because I had no clue when I called like where this conversation might go. So, like, I just personally, as where I lean right now, like I don't know how we could like add that to like our budget, like a universal healthcare system. And granted, our president currently is spending way too much money on the military and doing some, bullshit that I just from the get-go just knew was a bad idea. So, like, I can't support the president on that one. That was a bad idea to go in Iran. That's a whole other can of worms. But anyway, I think maybe
so your question is, how do we afford it?
Well, I just want to possibly propose something, and maybe you guys can just kind of prod me on it or poke holes in what I have here. But like I feel like maybe a better way to go about this, just to kind of not make it such a burden on like our budget or on our tax money here is possibly regulate the health insurance companies a lot more. And I know that's not the Republican thought at the moment. I just think maybe if there's a way you can force these insurance companies to actually pay out to their customers more often, then that these kind of bankruptcies wouldn't happen.
So, I mean, I think that part of this is you're kind of wary because you haven't experienced like a universal healthcare system. It's a big change, and so you're kind of wary about doing it. I can tell you. So the most common thing that is said is, "How do we afford it?"
Right.
So, do you have insurance right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Roughly, how much do you pay a month? So I guess that'd be 2 paychecks. Like, roughly, how much do you pay for your insurance?
I have it with work. I think it's like I'll have to look at the stub because I know they just updated it. But I think last year it was probably like 200 a month.
Okay, 200 a month.
Oh no,
and
400. Sorry.
Okay,
200
yeah,
a check.
okay, yeah, 2 pay periods, yeah. So 400 a month, and I'm assuming that covers just you.
Yep, individual plan. Yep.
Gotcha. And is it one of those 400 a month sounds like it might be a high deductible, high copay? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah. So high deductible, high copay. It's basically like, hey, I'm young and I probably am not going to get sick, so I'm just going to kind of roll the dice on this one, so I don't have to pay so much. And the second you use it, you are fucked. You're going to be paying through the nose, right? So that's the pitch with a high deductible, high copay. So 400 a month. And so what is that? 4 times, so just shy of $5,000 a year. So $5,000 a year. Now, so high deductible, high copay? I mean that we're gonna get lost in the numbers, but let's assume that your deductible is probably, I don't know, I think it's probably going to be somewhere around $5,000. Like you're basically what you got to pay before they start covering, except for certain specific things. Typically, it's something like that. So basically, if you were utilizing your insurance, it would be $5,000 just for having the card in your wallet, and then let's just say, just to keep it simple, let's just do $7,500. So $5,000 plus $2,500, right? And that's me being charitable and assuming that the deductible is lower than $5,000. So what that means is that before you start getting coverage, like fully covered for health procedures, you're already out of pocket roughly $7,500 annually.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
Yeah.
And that also doesn't factor in all the other bullshit things like out of network and, oh, well, we don't cover this or whatever. So with all that in mind, the plan that Bernie Sanders had proposed back in 2020, and I think he's literally proposed the same thing every year since then.
And Medicare
for all.
What a shame that he didn't get on the ballot in 2016, I think. But anyways.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens.
I think honestly, and I love talking about the issues, but I know that you guys were asking about Trump. And I've been agreeing with everything you guys pretty much have been saying, but like I think that's another reason why I kind of voted for Trump. Like maybe I would have voted for Bernie Sanders, but then you have to vote for Hillary Clinton instead. I mean, there's really only 2 options, unless you're gonna vote for Jill Stein. That I don't think that's gonna work either. But like,
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah,
what do you
I
guys
mean-
think about that? Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that is its own, is a whole other thing, right? And I mean, in 2016 I voted for Hillary Clinton. I didn't really know Bernie at the time. And 2016 I voted for Hillary Clinton. In 2020 Bernie ran again, and I like donated to his campaign and all that shit. Like I was in the tank for Bernie, and it sucked when he lost the primary. And it sucked, and I was sad for like a week or two, and then I accepted that. Okay, hey, like he lost, so at that point it's harm reduction. At that point, it's you're going to have to look at this from the yeah, whoever it is, whether it's Hillary or Joe Biden or whatever the fuck, not my first pick, not my second pick, not my third pick. Their policy platform is not what I want, but is it better than the alternative? Like it is, you can say lesser of two evils, and that's unfortunately how the system is set up. It sucks. I would love to have something other than that, but because the Electoral College is the way that it is, we can't really do that. The Electoral College forces it to be a matter of like two choices. That's it. But I mean, as far as Medicare for all goes, in 2020, Bernie proposed Medicare for all. And so his plan, basically, it was a 4% flat tax. And then I think that after a certain income threshold, and I want to say it was like $1 million or something like that, there's an additional 2, something along those lines. And then obviously employers also would pay, which they do already. So the idea behind that, so a 4% flat tax. Let's just say that you make $100,000 a year. 4% of $100,000 is $4,000. So,
I see.
So, like, I mean, you're already saving money there in your situation, assuming that you're making $100,000. You'll be saving even more if you're making less than that. So, the point is, most people are going to end up saving, or I guess they're going to end up paying less as far as insurance goes. That 4% tax, by the way, gets you 100% coverage on everything. Everything. Any doctor's visit, ER visit, specialist, whatever the fuck, and even dental and vision, which is, again, the fact that is not considered health is wild to me, but it's not. So dental and vision and hearing also all covered fully. And there was plenty of stuff in there, like, phasing it in gradually and all that stuff. It made all the sense in the world. And I think that where a lot of people get hung up is they say, well, how can we afford it? And when they're asking that question, they are thinking, we already spend so much money on so many things. Like the government spends so much money, have $1.5 trillion on the military every year. How could we possibly add more expenditures? That just doesn't make sense. But you got to think about it. What are you doing every pay period? You're paying $200 out of your paycheck to your insurance. And so instead of it going to Blue Cross Blue Shield, now it just goes to Medicare. Like, think of it that way. It's the money that we already spend, that everybody that has private insurance, everybody spends money out of their paycheck every pay period towards whatever insurance provider they have. Typically, it's through their work because you get a better deal that way. People are already spending that money. It's just a matter of who's getting it, right? Is it, Cigna or United or whoever the fuck, or is it Medicare? Now, I don't know about you. Me personally, I don't give a fuck if what my card looks like. Am I gonna be able to go to the doctor and not like cry and get a bill? Like, that's what I care about, right? And so when people say, how can we afford it? We already pay for it. We already have the money to pay for it. That's the point, is we're not adding on, right? Because that 4%,
in a sense,
that's just going to come out of your paycheck, and you're no longer going to be paying Blue Cross Blue Shield or whoever the fuck.
And in your system, you would be getting what you paid for. You know, like, instead of, in my opinion, like, health insurance is a scam. You know, in some ways.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I mean, like, all insurance is essentially low key kind of like a Ponzi scheme, but I mean that's how insurance works. It's the law of numbers, right? It's that just based on averages, more people are going to pay into this pool than are going to take out. And that's how insurance works. That's how car insurance works, home insurance, every type of insurance. That's how it works. Health insurance works the same way. And I mean, the difference whenever you go to Medicare instead of private insurance is Medicare does not have a mandate to make profit. It does not have a mandate to be like, hey, shareholders, we had a great quarter. They don't have shareholders. They don't have to worry about that bullshit. And what that means is that they are not going to be, trying to squeeze out every possible cent from people, which is typically done by raising the cost of insurance or denying people coverage. I mean, United got in trouble for that shit. So that's literally how they make money, is by saying no. They make money by not doing what they're supposed to do. Like, the one thing they're supposed to do as a health insurance company is provide coverage. And they don't do that, and they make more money. Like, they are incentivized to say no to people who are already paying the money. Medicare is not incentivized to do that at all.
Yeah.
Because there's not a profit with them. Also, Medicare is way more efficient. Like, when you think about overhead cost, so think of, like, I don't know, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, they got an accounting department and a IT department and a legal department and a whatever the fuck department. Okay, well, that's a lot of extra costs that they have to cover. And so that means they factor that into the cost of their thing. Medicare doesn't have to do that. It's way more efficient. Like, if you look at the overhead costs, the percentage for private insurance, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think it's like 15 or 20%. Now, I want you to take a guess what it is for Medicare. Just take a guess.
3?
About 3 to 4%, yeah. 3 to 4% for overhead costs. Substantially more efficient. And also, you get better deals as far as, like, the cost of things. You would have a better bargaining power when it comes to the cost of whatever the fuck it is, whatever care. Because it's like, hey, I'm Medicare. I have all the people. So if you want all the people to come to your hospital, well, you need to not charge $1,000 for an aspirin.
Yeah,
that's collective bargaining 101. That's how that works. And so it makes sense in every possible way. You can also make it, I can pitch it from the, I'm a Republican business owner standpoint. Okay, I own a business. I own a business, and I'm at that level where I need to provide benefits to people. They expect that, right? One of the main things that people expect as far as benefits go with an employer is health insurance. Okay.
Right.
I don't know shit about health insurance. I don't know I don't know the first thing about it. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to have to hire somebody to do this for me. Okay, well, that person is a salary. That person is, sick days. That person is personality. Like, I now have to add to my payroll just so they can handle that shit. Okay, right. Well, that's extra cost to me. Well, if I sell doorknobs, why the fuck do I have to go and suss out who's the best, I don't know, HR coordinating benefit agent or whatever. That's ridiculous. So instead, if you just tell me, hey, this is the government, like, you don't got to think about it. Oh, great, wonderful, awesome. I can stick to doing business stuff. Cool.
Yeah, like, so I think you've completely sold me on this idea. The only thing I would say is I just don't see it ever happening, just because you've explained it so well. I'm noticing how many hands are in this pie. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many people that are going to lobby against something like this. It'll probably never happen, unfortunately, because, like, I'm an accountant, so fiscally, you sold me on that. So, like, it just makes sense to me now. I mean, we already have to, employers already have to pay a self-employment tax or, payroll tax. So, I mean, and we all have to, we all see how much we already pay in taxes out of our check every 2 weeks. So, and honestly, like you said, it's better than what we have now. So, you have me sold on it, but it's just unfortunate that, maybe in this, what we are today, it's just never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, so I understand why you have that, defeatist kind of look, because it does seem like the government or is just, it's gridlock and there's lobbying involved and people are getting paid off and shit. My response to that is, number one, these people can be voted out. And I mean, if Medicare for all is one of those things that you care about, yeah, vote motherfuckers out. Yeah, be like, hey, Bob, my representative, do you like Medicare for all? Oh, no. Oh, you don't? Because what? Oh, Anthem gives you $1 million every campaign? Got it. Okay, how about fuck you, Bob? How about I vote for Jim, the Medicare for all turbo socialist over here? Sounds great. Like, there is that aspect, right? Now, I understand, depending on where you are, like state-wise, district-wise, it isn't that simple because, maybe you live in a really red state or a really red district and it doesn't matter. I guess my counter to that is, number one, every time that Matt and I have ever had a discussion with anybody about Medicare for all, and they don't just immediately crash out and throw shit on the walls, and they actually sit and talk about it, they agree. They agree that, yeah, this makes perfect sense, even if they're Republicans. And if that's true, then great. That is that whole bipartisan thing that politicians love to jerk themselves off about. Like, they love to talk about that shit. Oh, look how bipartisan we are across the aisle. Woo, we have more things in common. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is one of those things that we have in common, which is we want to not go into debt because we get sick. We want to have basic health care as a right in this country because we are rich enough to do that. Yeah. You just gotta vote for it. That's it.
Yeah. And so one thing you said was, like, whenever someone hears you out, they usually agree. I think I have a solution for that. I think you got to change the name of it. Like, what you call it, Medicare or healthcare for all, universal healthcare. I think it's got like a bad connotation. I think it needs like a renaming, because as soon as a hillbilly hears that shit, you know what that means. We're getting the government involved. That shit we can do ourselves or whatever. So maybe you change the name up a little bit, and you get a hillbilly to buy into that. I don't know. I'm just joking, but
it is low key kind of true. Like, they've done these things before where like with Obamacare, for example, they would
Yeah.
go and ask people, well, what do you think about Obamacare? And then they would ask them, okay, what about the Affordable Care Act? And they would have completely different opinions, even though that's literally the same thing. The Affordable Care Act is the name of the act. Obamacare is the nickname for it. But they have completely different opinions on it. And it's because, like, Fox News is a hell of a drug. And,
Sure.
this is priming. This is a matter of Republicans are great at just banging the drum, saying bumper sticker slogans over and over and over, and eventually it sticks. The reality is, and I mean, to Bernie's credit, he does that shit too. He has not changed one word in his stump speech. Like he says the same thing all the time. It's like Medicare for all. We have to tax the billionaires. They have to pay their fair share. Healthcare is a human right. Like go back
shit.
to this guy has been in
Whoa.
Congress.
Chat, you hear that impression? Come on now. W's in the chat for that impression, right?
Right? Wasn't right? I know, right? W's for that. I know.
Like Bernie's been in Congress since the 90s or early 2000s. Go, this have fun little game. Go look up C-SPAN Bernie Sanders 2001, and I promise you, he's gonna be saying the exact same thing. He has not changed one bit on his message.
I remember
when
his momentum was at like all-time high. Like I'm pretty sure there was like a compilation of like you just said, it was just him just like parroting the same stuff, and eventually I feel like more and more people started like you just did to me tonight, hearing the guy out. He's not just some crazy guy. Like he's thought about this stuff.
Yeah. There have been so many studies on going to a single payer healthcare system, the cost associated with it. There have been so many studies on it, and every time it's the same thing, which is that, yes, it is ultimately better to do it that way. It's better to do it that way. There's all sorts of little, minor differences in the systems, Canada versus the UK versus Norway versus whoever. There's, little tweaks and shit that make them all a little bit different. They are all still, ultimately, it's a universal healthcare system. It's a single payer healthcare system. It's pretty straightforward. And again, that is one of those things where I feel like it is such a universal thing for Americans where we personally or we know someone who has been fucked over by health insurance, by our health insurance system. And it's just ridiculous. It's like if they're using health insurance, they're already clearly not, in a great spot, and you just want to add salt to the wound. Like, really? I want to live in a country where when my doctor says, hey, Nemo, you need this, that I can reasonably expect to get that because my doctor told me that. It should be that simple. It should literally be that simple of, hey, okay, you got strep throat. Hey, here's a shot of penicillin. Okay? There you go. I'm a doctor. I render healthcare. The end. There should not be this thing of, okay, well, wait, I don't know if this is going to be covered, and I'm going to get a bill 3 weeks later for like $500. No. I've literally had conversations with my doctor because like I don't have a W-2 job. I am unemployed, right? I've had conversations with my doctor, and she said, I can, try and make it so we don't have to do certain tests to try and, save you some money as far as bills go. And I mean, obviously, I appreciate her for doing that, but also it's like, dude, really? Like, if you think I need a certain test, I feel like I should probably get that test, and we shouldn't have to worry about the bill thing, right?
Absolutely.
That to me, that is indicative of like worse quality care. I'm literally making my health care worse for me because what my doctor wants to do, I might not be able to afford. And so I am denying myself that care. I'm saying, well, okay, I know that's you, medical professional, you said this. However, that's a lot of money. So instead, what I'm going to do is not that. I'm just going to do like this thing. Okay, well, I'm getting subpar care, right? And it's not because the doctor is giving me subpar care. It's because that's all that I can afford. And that's because I know my insurer is going to cover it, right? Because the insurer is incentivized to say no.
Yeah, and I think that's where the government would kind of, I guess, they're not a company and they don't have shareholders, so like you said, so they wouldn't have to worry about screwing people out for squeezing out a couple pennies out of people.
Exactly.
Which is just, in my opinion, that's just fucking evil. But yeah, you got me sold. You got me sold on that big time. And like I said, I think all you gotta do is change the name and maybe Pat. What do you guys think of, like, do you guys support Mom Donnie pretty heavily?
Oh yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. Wish he could be president. Too bad, can't.
I thought him and Trump were friends or something.
I mean, I think
that's the thing, dude.
Trump
that's a testament to Mom Donnie, is that Mom Donnie is so fucking good that he can sit in a room with Donald Trump in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, a guy who he has unambiguously called a fascist, like he has literally called him a fascist. Zoran Mamdani can sit in that room with him, and again, when asked, is Donald Trump a fascist? Donald Trump so charmed by Zoran Mamdani that he's like, yeah, no, you could just say that I'm a fascist. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And then what did he do? He's like, yeah, no, okay, yeah.
Oh, this guy. This guy. He's, I mean,
you guys could have a Bernie and Trump debate, but come on now.
Okay, man, it wasn't that good. But
yeah, it actually fucking sucked, dude. Yeah. Don't ever do that on my show ever again.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks that Zoran Mamdani can't be president. But Zoran Mamdani, I think it's one of those situations where if you don't actually look at what he's doing and you just listen to, I don't know, Fox News or a Republican, they're just hammering away at he's a socialist, and they're using all the scary words that are supposed to scare Americans. And I mean, okay, you're using the scary words and you're saying he's a socialist, you're saying he's a communist, he's a Marxist, he's a whatever the fuck. This guy's fixing potholes and making it so buses are cheaper and that child care is free. I don't know, man. It sounds like all those scary words. If that's what that means, then okay, maybe I'm not so scared of those words. That's the reality.
Yeah. That's what I think. Like, ever since I kind of got into politics in high school, like I knew that I needed to. Like, I was watching the Young Turks. I was watching Charlie Kirk. Like, I was trying to like get a little bit of everything, because you can see how people they go down these rabbit holes all the time. And I think that's why your show kind of popped up. And by the way, huge fan of what I've seen so far. So keep it up. But yeah, maybe I'll call some other time and we'll hopefully talk about some other stuff. So, but like, thank you guys for having me on.
All right, friend. Well, we appreciate you calling up and being open to listen to some stuff, okay? Hope you have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Real quick, thank you to Tally on the green app. Thank you, Tally. Says, I don't trust the trees in the yard that are shady. That's good. Thank you, Tally. And
you better leave those trees alone.
Make like a tree and get out of here. It's make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn fool when you say it the other way. Thank you to Wesley. It says Matt versus Nemo rap battle. I don't know about that shit. Thank you to Understandable. Have a nice day. And what's that? I should read that. Leaky Ears a Bunny and Robert. Thank you guys all for the gifts, the jewels over on the tube. Having a hard time reading tonight apparently. Anyways, Nemo, do you have any thank yous? What do you got over there?
Let me check.
While Nemo's
nope.
Okay, well, I was gonna say while Nemo's getting his up, we need to remind you guys that we have links in our bios. So if you guys would like to offer additional support, the way to do that is via those links. So if you want to use those, just click on our bios. You can get to the link trees. If you're over on the tube, you can find them right down in the description. It's all right there. So there you go. Anyways, let's see. We've got some folks in the box here. Let's see. See if any of these are Trump supporters. Let's see what we got. Mike, you're not connecting. If you're a Trump supporter, you're certainly welcome to request. Honey, you're not connecting? Rose, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit the button. Sorry.
That's okay, friend. I hope you have a good night. Jay House, you can keep saying cute couple all you want. And Nemo and I are very flattered. Thank you very much. I know we are both quite fucking adorable. And we appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Also, fired my doc. Everyone is very tired of you. I am taking away your First Amendment right and in the chat. So if you want to put on some big kid pants and come and talk to us, that's great. Otherwise, we'll see you again some other time. Okay, baby. Bye-bye. Because we know you're not going to come up and talk to us. So we'll see you some other time. But yes, thank you, Jayhan. We really do appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Very kind of you to say such nice things about us. Thank you. We are very fucking cute. I'm not going to lie. It's fucking fact. He's not yelling yet. I'm sad. Sorry, we had a conversation with somebody who wanted to learn about universal health care.
Yeah.
My bad.
Got ourselves a future socialist right there.
You're goddamn right. Future DSA member.
Leading the vanguard, damn it.
Oh God. He's gonna be handing out pamphlets in a couple of years. He's gonna say it was thanks to those two nice guys on YouTube.
Gonna have a Molotov cocktail, I remember that day I made that phone call. Nothing to lose but our chains. Like, yeah, I can see it now.
Oh, God. Oh, it's glorious. Shanna says, cutest couple on TikTok. You said it, not me. You said it.
I mean,
Hey-o. Uh-oh. Nemo's cute. He's my favorite fellow socialist. Disappointing he has a girlfriend, though.
there you go.
Sorry. You know. Anyways.
They'll probably let you have me at this point.
Or at least like some sort of a rotational sharing situation, I would think.
Yeah. Think she's probably getting tired of me doing 10-minute fun fact rabbit holes whenever she just talks about random stuff.
You think she'd rent you out? Do you think she'd like you think we could like have a rental program? Like
probably,
yeah, that'd be fun. I think we should
Renting
explore that.
Nemo.
I'm just saying, I don't think it would be. Yeah, she could start Rent a Boyfriend, exactly. Yeah, could do Rent a Progressive. Yes, Mark, I am in Maine. I don't know if you've noticed that things are a little different here. Little different. Shared custody. Matt gets Nemo every other week.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh God. Nemo, can you fix stuff? Ooh, man. Now they're really asking.
Sometimes it depends. Like I fixed a door. Pretty proud of that. It was literally just screws into a wall. It was like it was catching whenever you would shut it. Screwdriver.
There you go. Good job. I'm embarking on a project tomorrow. I have a Blackstone girl that I bought a number of years ago up here, and then I saw a Reddit post that you can upgrade the burners to give it more heat. Like,
okay.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I bought these burners, and now I'm gotta. It's gonna be fine, Todd. It's gonna be totally fine. Shut up. And so all I have to do is So I took the top off, and I just need to drill some holes and put the bolts in, and it's gonna be fine. I got it. It's gonna be fine. Anyways, that's gonna be fun. So then my Blackstone's gonna have new, like, nice, like, more heat. But it's like a nice little DIY project. You guys listen. You fucking naysayers down there in the chat. You know what? No one is invited over for fucking food now. Fuck you guys. Okay? When I make breakfast sandwiches out on the Blackstone, you think any of you assholes are getting invites? Yeah. No. Fuck off. You can just fuck off. Daniel, thank you for the $6.90 on Venmo. Said, so would the ship name be Nat Mino or Mano?
Oh no. Mamo?
I mean Mimo is I would go with me. I would go with Nemo personally, but that would be. I would go with Nemo. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's a good. I like. Isn't Nemo a city in Norway?
Is it?
To the Google machine. Let's see. It doesn't seem like it is. Unless I'm
There's
missing
a
something.
Nemo, Texas.
Hold on. The Nemo refers to one of several distinct concepts in Norway, ranging from specialized economic and transport models to cultural programs and subsea technology.
Nice.
What the fuck is going on? Nope. Thought we had someone in the box. Guys, I'm inclined to wrap up a little bit early tonight. I had a really fucking long day. Drive this morning. I was up early. We were on last night too. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. So that being said, appreciate you guys doing all the good things. Appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, over on the Discord, I'm new here says, you got this, Matt. I know you can do it. Can I have a breakfast sandwich now? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Thank you for believing in me and not being an asshole like the 600 people in the TikTok chat. So, fuck you guys. Yeah. So.
Jacob, thank you for the Venmo. He said, doors are a bitch at times. Props. See? Yeah. Yeah, I was proud of myself fixing the door.
Really, really, really proud. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all you guys. Drop your follows. We appreciate you guys doing all of that for us. Nemo is getting very close to 1,000 over on the tube, so thank you for doing those, dropping those subscribes. We really appreciate it. We have a couple of our friends who are on Nemo. I see Pickles. I see Bill. I see Joey. Who shall we go and say hello to?
Let's raid Pickles.
Pickles it is. Guys, Pickles is going to be is it the dark _ Pickles?
I think so.
Let me double check. Want to make sure. Just want to make sure that we're sending people to the right spot. Yes, gonna be dark _ Pickles. All right, friends, let's wrap this shit up. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. We will be back tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Oh, wait, real quick. Apologies. Did not realize. I had a couple more super chats real quick. Wesley, it is Pride Month. I will ship Matt and Nemo. Happy Pride, y'all. Trump Blue Bubba. God's trans woman. Jesus was a gay man who washed other men. Facts. Thank you, Wesley. We appreciate you. Deb says, which one of you kills bugs? Probably both of us. I don't know. Yeah. Wesley says, Nemat, obviously. Okay. And then Mosh Pit says, oh, thank you for taking the time schooling me on healthcare. Chat, I apologize if I didn't disagree enough for entertainment purposes. Hey, Mosh Pit, man, we like to have the universal healthcare conversation. It's literally, I think I speak for both of us, like literally one of our favorite things to talk about. We love to talk about it. I love to talk about it. Nemo loves to talk about it. Like, it's a great subject. We wish more people would be informed about this, and so if we got a chance to talk about that for a half hour, 45 minutes, or whatever it is, fuck yeah. So I'm down. Don't worry about it. Anyways, all right, we're gonna go hang out with Pickles, and boy howdy, there's a good chance you might see